Hello everyone, my name is Jaybird and welcome back to Cinderella Phenomenon. I am dead inside right now, though I'm like exhausted. So my dad got married yesterday, and so I was at the wedding and I'm just exhausted because it was like an all-day event and I'm just so tired. Let's just get back to where we left off last time, shall we? Which would be right here. The silence is interrupted when the double doors open and Sir Alcester, along with two knights, stalk into the center of the room where Emmeline and Varg stand. Their arrival causes an uneasy stir in the crowds. The king rises from his throne, eyebrows drawn.
Alcester,
I think I gave both of them the same voice, but I don't care at this point.
Alcester, is there some kind of disturbance?
Alcester says nothing as the knights stationed around the room approach Emmeline and Varg and stand around them, encircling them. Emmeline's expression shifts from confusion to fear. The crowd becomes even more anxious.
Alcester, explain this!
Alcester briefly glances at him, but says nothing. Clearly. Sorry for yawning. He turns back to his knights and snaps his fingers. The knights pull out their swords and point them at Emmeline. Oh, great. Em! I reach out to grab Rod's hand before he can make his way toward her. Rod, it is too dangerous. I know, but thoughtless actions have the potential to put Emmeline in even more danger. Rod's only response is to tighten his grip on my hand. I place my other hand over his to reassure him, and slowly but surely his grip begins to loosen. I turn my gaze back to the king.
Alcester, stop this immediately! What do you think you are doing? Something I should have done a long time ago. I have been nothing but loyal to this kingdom, and all I have ever wanted was for it to thrive. But ever since the queen died, the kingdom has become weak. It is because you are a weak ruler, Gennaro. What?
It's like it's like one person having an argument with themselves right now.
The people were more protective back then, more disciplined during the late queen's reign. The kingdom has become less productive without fear to drive them. When there is power, there is order. Power is not something that should be needlessly used to control people. It is used to protect them. You, of all people, should know that.
Sir Alcester shakes his head.
I, of all people, know that order is what makes a hierarchy stronger. I am only doing what is necessary. I am reorganizing the system. Dot. Hand over the crown, Gennaro.
Sir Alcester turns his head to Varg, who remains standing beside a scared Emmeline.
You will obey me if you do not want your precious daughter harmed.
Please, leave my daughter out of this. I got spit somehow on my screen. I don't know how, but Emmeline steps back, her eyes now brimming with tears.
Varg, seize the princess!
As soon as Sir Alcester gives the order, Rod immediately lets go of my hand and rushes toward his sister. Rod, no! I quickly follow after him, but Rod suddenly stops in his tracks. I bump abruptly into his back. Rod?
Varg!
Sir Alcester's booming voice echoes around the room. which has suddenly gone eerily silent. My eyes move from Varg, but he is standing motionless. What is happening? Finally, Varg smirks. He steps to the side, standing in front of Emmeline, as if to block her from view. Sir Varg! You must be delusional, old man. I'm not letting you anywhere near the princess. The knight's next movements are a blur as they rush at Sir Alcaster. In mere moments, he has been disarmed and pinned to the ground. Several more knights have also appeared from behind to surround Sir Alcaster. A man emerges from in between the circle of knights. He moves to stand beside Varg and Emmeline. Is it gonna be Sir Mithros? It is gonna be... I knew it was gonna be Sir Mithros. Sir Mithros looks at Sir Alcaster disdainfully.
What is the meaning of this, Mithros? We had a deal!
The anger is now palpable in Sir Alcaster's flushed face. Yeah, totally. He has this face on all the time, though. This is his normal face. Did we now?
Mithros, explain yourself.
Sir Mithros drops to one knee in front of the king. Of course, Your Majesty. He raises his head slightly to look at the king. I have known for a long while that the man you see before you is a traitor. I was even aware of his plans, but I could not tell you of them without any evidence. 2 of your knights had tried to inform you of these plans before, but we all looked down on them with disdain. I had to make sure that I did not come unprepared like they did.
Journey, Garland.
What? Both of them knew of Sir Alcaster's plans? Was that the reason why they were dishonorably discharged? For false accusations? I knew enough of his plan that I could thwart it. This is why I thought the best way to reveal his dastardly ways was to craft a fake alliance with him. Sir Varg and I have been working together to unravel Alcaster's plans, Your Majesty. Varg is an invaluable accomplice. Wait, so Sir Mithras has been pretending to work with Sir Alcaster this whole time? And so we arrive at the events of tonight. I apologize for undertaking this task without seeking your counsel, Your Majesty. But I could think of no better way to end this madness once and for all.
You lying snake!
Sir Mithras stands and turns to Alcaster. He gestures at him dismissively. Seize him. Ooh. The knight's next movements are a blur. Another one. The men rush Sir Alcaster out once in mere moments. Wait. What? 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 Wait. What? Did we just travel back in time or something? This is the same exact thing. What? They already did that before. What? I guess there was an error? I don't know what's going on. The men rush Sir Alcaster all at once, and in mere moments, Sir Alcaster has been disarmed and is now pinned to the ground. Exactly. They just did that again? What? I'm so confused. Isn't Sir Alcaster a witch? Why is he not using his magic?
Mithros, I am indebted to you for saving us. The whole kingdom is.
Maybe they're faking this. They gotta be faking this. I only did what was necessary, Your Majesty. The king glances at the kings. At the knights. Fuck. The king glances at the kings. Wow. The king glances at the knights, then at Sir Alcaster. His gaze steely. God, fuck.
Take him away.
Sir Alcaster struggles uselessly against the knights as they drag him away. He's nearly at the door when he starts screaming at the king.
Gennaro, you are a fool! That man is a witch! A snake! You cannot trust him!
You are. No.
No, Alcester, I was wrong to put my trust in you.
Even as Sir Alcester is pulled from the room, we can hear him babbling in the hallways about a witch. Sir Alcester never used any magic to escape. Was he truly not a witch? No, this is a setup. I'm pretty sure this is a setup. Are you alright, princess? I'm pulled from my thoughts when I hear Varg's voice. He is now trying to comfort a shaken Emmeline. For a few moments he looks away and his sighs meet mine. He smiles, but it is fleeting, and moments later his attention is back on Emmeline. It's gotta be a setup. That has got to be a setup. I swear to God. I'm gonna be so happy if I'm right about it being a setup. The whole thing just was faked. The ball comes to an abrupt end after Alcester's stunt. He is thrown into jail cell and promised a trial after a few days' time where he will be tried for treason against the kingdom.
I still can't believe Sir Alcester would do something like that. And so brazenly, too. I wonder what happened to Sir Fitzgerald. They say he vanished completely last night. Do you think he was working with his father?
No, he's Varg. Clearly Varg. I don't even need to play Fritz's root to know that he is Varg. It's completely obvious. The truth is that I have no idea what to think. I thought that I had everything figured out, but now I become more and more confused by the moment. Fritz was always loyal to a fault, but then Sir Alcester was the same way with the king, and I have not seen or heard of Fritz for weeks. I cannot really say. Ah, good morning, Princess Emmeline.
Sir Varg!
Varg was offered a room at the palace for a few days' visit. He is being treated as Sir Mithras' valued guest. I have heard from the other servants that he is Sir Mithras' relative who lives in a neighboring kingdom. I hope that you're feeling well now, Princess.
Yes! Thank you for your help last night.
Is Emmeline blushing? Yes, she is. Look at that. Now, when Rod blushes is a lot more obvious, but you have to really squint and look to make sure. I know I won't be here long, but I do hope to get to know you better during the duration of my stay.
I would love that!
Then I'm looking forward to spending more time with you.
Oh! I forgot that I'm meant to be in my mother's room right now.
Why?
Jaybird, Sivart, I'll see you both later.
I curtsy as Emmeline walks off, leaving me alone with Varg. I cannot help but feel uneasy in his presence. Something about him puts me on edge. He makes me feel uncomfortable. Excuse me, I have errands to attend to. Wait. Before you head out, I have something to give you. Give me? Varg reaches into one of his pockets and withdraws a letter that he holds out to me. Ah, nice. What's it? What is this about? Well, I guess you'll have to open it and find out, Princess. I told you he's Fritz! God! My blood turns to ice in my veins. He knows I am the princess. That could only mean that he is... I have no idea what you were talking about. Excuse me. I'm about to leave when Varg suddenly grabs my wrist. The play is just about to start, Princess. You have a responsibility as the main character to perform impeccably until the very end. Otherwise, well... He grins at me. It is the same wolfish smile that he flashed at me during the ball. You might miss out on your fairy tale ending. What? Before I can say anything else, I feel a hand grip my other arm. Someone tugs me back and away from Varg, then comes to a stand in front of me. It's Rod. Yep. Stay away from her. Rod? Varg looks at Rod, then at me, his smile growing more crooked. What an interesting turn of events. I wonder how this will end for the both of you. Tell me, Jaybird, what is he to you? He is a friend. ... We're supposed to say ... Yep, I'm supposed to say this. No answer, Be in denial all you want. At the end of the day, you're going to have to decide who and what you would choose. Who or what to choose? Silence! You are harassing one of our staff members. Of course. I apologize for my rude behavior, Your Highness. You seem to know a lot about us. Are you a... I lower my voice. Are you a witch? You're asking the wrong person, Princess. He knows who you really are? I think you two are worrying too much about me. After all, I'm just a pawn in this game. Varg dips into an elegant bow and flashes me one last smile before walking away. Are you alright? Wait. Oh my god, that hand! I've never noticed that hand before! What is that? What is that? What's going on there? Why are you holding your arm out like that? It looks so weird. Okay, I'm sorry for complaining. It just looks a little bit weird. Looks a bit goofy. I am. Thank you for helping me. You know I'd do anything for you. Don't say that! Don't say that, please! What? Now it's normal. Oh, he's wearing gloves. Okay, well that makes sense, but still, that looked really weird. Actually, that kind of looks still a little bit weird too, but whatever.
What?
Rod shakes his head before stepping away. Anything for me? Rod coughs, pulling me from the thought. It is possible that he is a witch or that he is working with other witches, but we have no evidence to prove it. He's Fritz! He's cursed! Until we figure out what's going on, you need to be wary of him. I know. Rod smiles at me gently, and his hand's back again. Oh no, why do you keep doing that? The look makes my heart thud once, painfully in my chest. Yep, I'm falling in love with my stepbrother, apparently. Gross. I don't know. It's even especially gross because now I have 3 older stepbrothers, so it's like, now I have to... No! Stop staring at me like that. Rod looks away, his cheeks tinged red. I feel my own cheeks warm at the sight. I wasn't staring at all. I had the stutter for effect.
Both of you are hopeless. Both of you are hopeless.
Shut up, Sebby! Rod gives me one last look before finally turning and walking away. I place my hand over my chest where I can still hear my thudding heartbeat. This feeling. If it is what I think it is, then I have no right to feel that way about him. He is my stepbrother. I shake my head to clear the thought, then glance down at the letter that Varg just delivered to me. There's only one sentence written on it. Come to the throne room alone tonight. Oh my god, are we gonna do that? The wedding! Chapter 9, the wedding! Oh no, who's getting married? Oh no, who's getting married? Oh no, I'm scared. Oh no. Oh no, no. Oh no. Oh jeez. Okay, well now I'm nervous. Who's getting married? The throne room is empty when I arrive. I can only hope that this is not some sort of trap. Soon after I enter, the door squeaks open and a familiar face enters the room. Sir Mithros? Sir Mithros walks toward me. When he is close enough, he drops to one knee and bows. I frown as I take a step back from him. My princess, do not be alarmed. I know of your true identity. Sir Mithras flashes me a wide smile that causes a shudder to run down my spine. You know who I am. Then that means that you are... I take another step back as the blood drains from my face. Sir Mithras' smile only widens at my reaction. I'll say it for you. Yes, I am a witch. If you are a witch, then Sir Alcaster is... a mere human. A fool one. And Varg? Nothing but my personal errand boy. A thought suddenly occurs to me. If Sir Alcaster was plotting against the kingdom, then did Sir Mithros also punish Fritz somehow? What about Fritz? Was he a part of Sir Alcaster's plans? Ah, the knight. To avoid confusing you, let us just say that the situation surrounding him is too complicated to adequately explain. I command you to answer my question, Sir Mithros. Was Fritz a part of this? If it makes you feel any better, he refused to be a part of this. He refused? Does that mean that he was not a part of the plans? Or just that he was unwillingly forced to participate in them? I am certain that our Sir Alcaster would not be happy that his own son was disobeying him. He either forced him to help or assigned him outside of the palace. But if Fritz knew of Sir Alcaster's plans, why did he not warn anyone about them? Was he working with Sir Mithras as well? More questions swirl in my head, but none of them have answers. When this is over, I will personally ask Fritz about this. Once I can locate him. I shake the thoughts away and bring my attention back to Sir Mithras. Why bother with this reveal? What do you hope to gain from it? Before we start our conversation... Sir Mithras waves his hand, conjuring a faint green glow that envelops the whole room. Just in case someone decides to eavesdrop, I wouldn't want any of your witch friends listening in on us. Yes, I am aware that one of them has been snooping around the palace these past few months. Their snooping has made it more difficult to move around without exposing myself. Sir Mithras clicks his tongue in annoyance. Such a nuisance. He is referring to Delora. Clearly! She and Parfait warned me about before that there was a witch in the palace. Is Sir Mithras truly that witch? I never really trusted him, not even when I was a princess. Now that he has revealed himself as a witch, I need to know what he plans on doing. You knew that I was the princess this entire time, yet you never offered me any assistance. If I had, Sir Alcaster would have targeted you as well. What? Alcaster wanted to dispose of the royal family. If he had known you were the princess, he would have been after you too. It would have been easier with no one remembering you as the princess. But unfortunately, Fritz told his father about you, thinking that Alcaster might be able to help him protect you. And it didn't help that Varg confirmed it. Your mother wouldn't have been happy with me if I put you in harm's way. That is why I had to pretend not to know you in order to protect you. Sir Mithras is silent for a few moments before he speaks again. Revealing myself to be a witch was necessary. I had to make myself appear useful to Alcaster somehow, after all. Then, of course, I learned of his foolish plans to steal the crown and decided to thwart them. Though not before I stole something from Alcaster first. I played him like the fool that he was. I told him I would aid him eat him with my magic so long as he gave me the knight's protection. Ah, so it wasn't exactly a setup, but it was him tricking him. Ah, okay. Well, I mean, I guess it kind of is for him. It was a setup for him, so he set the situation up in the first place, I guess. Alright. Using magic is almost impossible in this place, so having the knights to back me up was crucial. The knights? What does he need the knights' protection for? What are his plans? Sir Mithras starts pacing the room, his expression still calm. I found out that he planned to dispose of me after he obtained what he needed, so I disposed of him first. Alcester might have been able to convince most of the knights to aid him by promising them promotions, but, well, my magic is far more convincing. Sir Mithras stops in front of me, his deadpan expression transforming into a smile. For now, let us desist speaking of my plans. The minute Alcester's plans were thwarted, I knew I had to contact you directly. I'm happy to see you in the palace, Your Highness. Although, we really need to get you out of those clothes soon. A maid's clothing does not befit a princess like yourself. That does not matter. My priority right now is to break my curse. Ah, of course. They must truly have been frightened to feel the need to curse you. I feel an uncomfortable tug in my heart. Oh, look at that face! Ooh! So dark. Damn, boy! Woo! Let's look at your hands. Oh, they're behind your back. Never mind. Gotta check every character's hands now to make sure they're okay. They're not broken or anything. To think that the Lucis bearer would actually throw a reach to curse you. Would actually allow Did I say throw? Allow a witch to curse you. Sir Mithras shakes his head, disgust written on his features. When you suddenly disappeared that day, it was as if all the traces of your existence had vanished. I searched for you endlessly, Princess. When you first appeared here in the palace, I did not recognize you immediately, but I felt a touch of magic in you and investigated. My curiosity is what prompted me to investigate you further. When I tried hard enough, I found that I could see through the glamour that had been cast on you. So Sir Mithras truly was the witch Parfait was referring to when she mentioned someone seeing through the glamour. Imagine my surprise when I found out that it was actually you. That fairy bearer has been nothing but a nuisance to us witches. First she betrayed your mother, and then she betrayed you before she had even met you. But Mother, she was the Cinderella bearer corrupted by darkness. Parfait only did what she had to. Sir Mithras looks at me, clearly surprised. What lies have those people been whispering in your ear? Everything the Queen did, she did for us witches, to protect us from the wicked humans who destroyed our kind. It is clear to me where Sir Mithras' alliances lie. Sir Mithras sighs, runs a hand through his hair, and then continues speaking. On your 18th birthday, you will follow her footsteps. You will make this kingdom a place for all witches to prosper. I am nothing like her. I refuse to make people suffer to fuel the crystal. I never bore witness to the suffering the people had to go through during my mother's reign, but the stories are enough to reveal her true nature to me. It was hard to believe at first, but those people do not have any reason to lie to a servant like myself. They have nothing to gain from it. I finally understand why the hatred people had for me ran so deep even when I did nothing to them. It was because I was the witch's daughter. Your mother wouldn't be happy to hear you say that. Let me assure you that this is not a destiny you can run from, dear princess. I will not let destiny take control of my life. I feign tiredness by releasing a long yawn. I'm sorry for cutting you short, Sir Mithras, but please excuse me. I'm getting tired. Oh! I don't know if I'm actually faking my yawns or like after I faked my first yawn that I actually started yawning. I caught my own yawns. I'm about to walk past Sir Mithras when he starts speaking again, his voice a low whisper. I noticed that you have gotten closer to the family you so despised before, the prince included. I narrow my eyes at him. You care about him, don't you? I must confess that this surprises me, princess. Such a relationship would certainly be a scandal. Even if you two are not blood related, he is still your stepbrother. Whatever will your dear father say about this? I clench my fists. He has no right to lecture me. I already know that these feelings are wrong. I know that I cannot have them. I assure you that there is nothing between the both of us. Oh, is that so? Are those lies you utter just to convince yourself? This man is beginning to try my patience. Allow me to share a little secret with you, princess. I am not interested. I head for the door and reach for the knob. Oh, but I think it is something you would be most curious about. I do, after all, know the consequences of the prince failing to break his curse. I also happen to know that someone special to him is getting married tomorrow. My hand freezes. How do you know about all of this? I know all of the happenings around this place. That is my job, princess. Now tell me, do you know the ending to the fairy tale The Little Mermaid? My blood runs cold when I remember what Emmeline told me about the fairy tale. That fairy tale.
If the prince fell in love and married someone else, the little mermaid's heart would break, and she would dissolve into sea foam.
I conducted my own investigation and actually met the witch who bestowed the curse on the prince. In meeting her, I found out everything that there is to know about it. I turned to regard Mithras with a frown. It seems I've finally gotten your attention. What do you plan on doing to Rod? Sir Mithras shrugs. To him? Nothing really. I was merely curious. I wanted to know what you saw in him. What do you know about his curse? It stays truth to the fairy tale. Only in this case, the prince gives up his voice for a title. Still, it will end the same way. The girl will fall in love with someone else despite his sacrifice. You mean, on his beloved's wedding day, the prince will die. I thought you might have reached the same conclusion. Tragic, don't you think? If I had the same thought. I had the same thought, but is Rod truly going to die? So the reason Rod gave up breaking his curse was because he knew that Viorka would never love him back. He knew that he was going to die the moment Viorka married. Dread begins to wash over me. Why not ask him yourself? As if orchestrated by magic, the double doors open and Rod steps inside. When he sees me, his expression relaxes. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! I feel like I should save this for another episode. I'm not sure. Actually, you know what? I think I'll do that. I'm so great at just stopping at like the worst possible places when it gets so dramatic and stuff. This is the second time I'm doing this. But anyway, guys, if you guys enjoyed this episode of Cinderella Phenomenon, leave a like down below, leave a comment down below, share it with your friends, subscribe if you haven't, ring that notification bell, and remember, die safely. Bye-bye!